children. Today we will study about the effect of concentration on rate of reaction. So as you have learnt about the law of mass action in class 11th in equilibrium chapter, that if general reaction is taken, suppose A mole of A reacts with B mole of B to give the product. So what Kuldberg and Waage noted that the rate of reaction is directly proportional to the product of active masses of reacting species, with each active mass term raised to power equal to their stoichiometric coefficients in the reaction. So here active mass square bracket is active mass, which in case of very dilute solution is equal to molarity of the solution. So now rate will be equal to proportionality constant K into A raised to power A into B raised to power B, where K is called as rate constant or velocity constant. But when the reaction is carried out experimentally, it is noticed that in certain cases the power of the concentration term is not exactly equal to what is written from the stoichiometric coefficient. For example, when the same reaction is studied experimentally and the dependence of the rate of reaction on concentration term is noted, then it is found that the rate of reaction is directly proportional to the product of molar concentration of reactants A and B with each concentration term raised to power m and n. So now see the powers of A and B, m and n, they may be similar to A and B or may not be similar to A and B. So this purely depends upon experimental observation about the rate of reaction. So when the rate expression is based on experimental data, then it is called as rate law expression. And when the rate expression is written from the balanced chemical equation, which may be same, but which may not be same, which may be obeyed, which may not be obeyed for the reaction. So that is called as law of mass action, because this is theoretical approach. It is found correct in certain cases, but in certain more cases it was found to be not obeyed. So actual dependence of the rate of reaction on concentration of particular species is determined from the experimental observation, as in this case the concentration term is raised to power m and n, where m may be or may not be equal to A and may not be equal to B. So now from here K is called as rate constant. Here is this is proportionality constant, this is rate constant. So this expression is called as rate law expression, and note that this is determined experimentally. और ये theoretically जो determined expression होता है उसके समान हो सकता है और उससे डिफरेंट भी हो सकता है, बट व्हाट इज एक्चुअल डिपेंडेंस, दिस डिपेंड्स अपॉन एक्सपेरिमेंटल ऑब्जर्वेशन. तो एक्चुअल डिपेंडेंस रेट लॉ से ही एक्सप्रेस्ड होता है, और जो थ्योरेटिकल अप्रोच है वो कई केसेस में वैलिड नहीं होता है. नाउ व्हाट इज रेट कांस्टेंट? सो रेट कांस्टेंट इज इक्वल टू रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन when the concentration of reactant is taken as unity or 1 molar. Now what is the characteristic of rate constant? Every reaction has definite value of rate constant at particular temperature. And second point, the rate constant is also called as specific reaction rate. So if the value of K is larger, then the reaction will be faster. It does not depend upon concentration of reactant, but it depends upon temperature, and the unit of rate constant depends upon the order of reaction. So the unit of rate constant will be different for different order reactions. Now here is the term order of reaction. What is this order of reaction? Now this is an important parameter about the reaction, because it gives about the mechanism, it gives idea about the mechanism of the reaction. So what this parameter is actually. Now order of reaction is defined as the sum of powers of concentration terms in rate law expression is called as order of reaction. Suppose for the reaction A mole of A reacts with B mole of B giving product. So rate law expression for this reaction can be written as you have seen earlier, rate equal to K A concentration of A into concentration of B raised to power m and n, where m and n are determined experimentally. So the order of reaction will be m plus n. For example, if decomposition of dinitrogen pentoxide is studied, suppose in presence of heat, thermal decomposition. So now as is known that here the stoichiometric coefficient is 2, so it should be second order reaction. No. What is actual dependence of the rate of this reaction upon concentration of N2O5 when it is determined experimentally? It is noticed that the rate of reaction depends only one power of the concentration term. So it is rate law expression is written as rate equal to K concentration of N2O5 raised to power 1. So it is first order reaction, its order of reaction is 1. और जबकि स्टोकियोमेट्रिक कोफिशिएंट 2 है, तो स्टोकियोमेट्रिक कोफिशिएंट से हम ऑर्डर को या रिएक्शन को देख करके हम ऑर्डर को नहीं बता सकते हैं जब तक कि हमें उस रिएक्शन के बारे में कुछ एक्सपेरिमेंटल ऑब्जर्वेशन या डाटा अवेलेबल ना हो. नाउ द रिएक्शंस कैन बी categorized into different orders. So now we will see what are the different order of reaction. First is reaction of zero order. As the name indicates, if it is zero order, it means rate is not depending upon the concentration of any of the reacting species. So the rate of reaction which does not depend upon concentration of reacting species is called zero order reaction. So sum of the powers m and n of concentration terms in rate law expression, it will be equal to 0. Any combination of A and B, if it is 0, powers of A and B, if it is 0, then it will be of zero order reaction. Expression ये हो जाएगा rate equal to K A raised to power naught and concentration of B raised to power naught. तो ये 1 1 हो गया. इसका मतलब ऐसे cases में rate will be equal to constant. Rate constant और rate दोनों बराबर होंगे. So if we plot the variation of rate with the change in concentration, so it will not depend upon the concentration of the reacting species. So its graph going parallel to the x-axis, so it is not depending upon the concentration of reacting species. Photochemical reactions belong to this type, as hydrogen plus chlorine gives 2HCl in presence of sunlight. Now the rate of this reaction does not depend upon concentration or partial pressure of hydrogen and chlorine, but it depends upon intensity of light. So it is zero order reaction. It is not depending upon the partial pressure or concentration. Similarly, the heterolytic catalysis reaction. So heterogeneous catalysis reaction as decomposition of ammonia on platinum surface on heating up to 1130 Kelvin temperature. So this is called heterogeneous catalysis. Now initially actually this reaction is first order, but once the surface of catalyst is covered, all the active sites get covered with the ammonia, then it becomes zero order, because the rate with which the ammonia react to form N2 and hydrogen, with the same rate the ammonia is adsorbed on the surface. क्योंकि अमोनिया जैसे जैसे डिकम्पोज होगा, नाइट्रोजन और हाइड्रोजन प्लेटिनम के सरफेस से डिजॉर्ब होते रहेंगे और वैसे उसी रेट से अमोनिया उस पर एडजॉर्ब भी होता रहेगा. रिएक्शन सरफेस पर होगा, सो इट विल नॉट डिपेंड अपॉन आफ्टर सम टाइम्स एक्चुअली व्हेन ऑल द एक्टिव साइट्स आर व्हेन द सरफेस इज कवर्ड, then the rate of reaction become independent of the partial pressure of ammonia. Now first order reaction, when the sum of the powers of concentration term is equal to 1, any combination of powers m and n, if it is 1, so this can be one of the expression r equal to k a raised to power 1. b is not shown here. अगर b है भी दूसरा reactant है तो b की पावर 0 हम कर सकते हैं. 1 plus 0 equal to 1. The sum of the powers m plus n equal to 1. So this is first order reaction. For first order reaction, if you plot the variation or rate of reaction with concentration raised to power 1, so it gives a straight line direct dependence on the variation of power 1 of concentration terms. So it is first order reaction. अब कुछ example जैसे 2N2O5 decomposition gives this one. Hydrogen peroxide decomposition, it belongs to first order. Ammonium nitride decomposition belong to first order. All the radioactive disintegrations actually this belong to first order. और first order की एक characteristic ये भी होती है कि the reaction is never undergoes 100% completion. So just as in case of radioactive decay, so this belong to first order reaction. Now we will take second order reaction as sum of the powers of concentration term is equal to 2. So any expression can be there. So rate equal to k a raised to power 2. Here the rate is not depending upon b as b raised to power 0, or it is depending upon both a and b power 1 and 1. So m plus n equal to 2. For example, when decomposition of HI is studied, thermal decomposition, then it gives hydrogen and iodine. सो दिस इज सेकेंड ऑर्डर रिएक्शन. लेकिन यहाँ पर ध्यान देना होगा कि अगर इसी डिकम्पोजिशन को हम गोल्ड की प्रेजेंस में करें ऑन द सरफेस ऑफ गोल्ड, तो ये फिर आपका जीरो ऑर्डर हो जाएगा, because the reaction will take place on the surface of catalyst that is gold, and once the surface is covered then the rate of desorption becomes equal to rate of adsorption. तो उस समय rate of reaction independent हो जाएगा. लेकिन जब ये decomposition with heat होगा तो ध्यान रहे कि ये second order reaction होगा. Similarly आपने saponification reaction पढ़ा होगा, the reaction of ester with NaOH. So this belong to second order reaction as the rate depends upon concentration of ester as well as alkali both, power 1. Similarly, third order reaction, when sum of the powers become equal to 3, so rate expression will be like this. A की power 2 हो जाएगी b की power 1, या a की power 1 b की power 2, any combination of the powers of reacting species in rate like expression, if it is equal to 3, then it is third order reaction. For example, 2NO plus O2 gives 2NO2. Here rate expression for this case is this one. तो अगर हम इसके लिए rate expression लिखें, rate is plotted with respect to concentration raised to power 3. It gives direct dependence, straight line passing through origin. So this is third order. Similarly, rate is plotted with respect to square of concentration terms, give straight line dependence passing through the origin like this one. So direct dependence is showing. So this is second order reaction. So now as you go higher and order, जैसे हम higher और higher order पर जाएंगे वैसे number of reactions कम होते जाते हैं. फ्रैक्शनल ऑर्डर रिएक्शन क्या है? अगर सम ऑफ द पावर्स ऑफ कंसंट्रेशन टर्म्स इन रेट ला एक्सप्रेशन ये फ्रैक्शनल वैल्यू आ जाए तब उसको हम फ्रैक्शनल ऑर्डर रिएक्शन कहेंगे. फॉर एग्जांपल हाइड्रोजन प्लस ब्रोमीन गिव्स टू HBr, सो इट इज़ 1.5 ऑर्डर रिएक्शन. फॉर्मेशन ऑफ फास्जीन पॉइजनस गैस CO प्लस Cl2 COCl2, तो CO की पावर 2 और क्लोरीन की पावर हाफ है, सो इट इज़ 2.5 ऑर्डर रिएक्शन. हियर इज़ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. स्यूडो फर्स्ट ऑर्डर रिएक्शन क्या है? बच्चों कुछ ऐसे रिएक्शंस होते हैं दैट अपीयर्स टू बी ऑफ हायर ऑर्डर एंड दैट एक्चुअली ऑफ हायर ऑर्डर सेकेंड ऑर्डर, बट अंडर सर्टेन कंडीशंस they behave as a first order reaction. So such reactions are called pseudo first order reaction. Pseudo means false first order. तो actually for example मान लीजिए हाइड्रोलिसिस ऑफ ईस्टर लेते हैं या इन्वर्जन ऑफ शुगर लेते हैं, तो एक्चुअली ये सेकेंड ऑर्डर रिएक्शंस हैं, लेकिन कुछ सर्टेन कंडीशंस में ये फर्स्ट ऑर्डर रिएक्शन के काइनेटिक्स को ओबे करते हैं. जैसे मान लीजिए A प्लस बी गिव्स प्रोडक्ट, तो यहाँ पर जो रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन है वो A पर भी पावर 1 है, B पर भी पावर 1 है. लेकिन अगर इस रिएक्शन में किसी एक रिएक्टेंट का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन लार्ज एक्सेस हो, जैसे मान लीजिए B को लार्ज एक्सेस में ले लें या जो सॉल्वेंट का काम कर रहा है, तो ऐसे कंडीशन में जो लार्ज एक्सेस है रिएक्टेंट उसका कॉन्सेंट्रेशन का जो चेंज होता है वो बहुत कम होता है, माइन्यूट होता है, और वो रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन को अफेक्ट नहीं करता है. तो रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन डिपेंड्स ओनली अपॉन A as B is present in large excess. So under this condition the reaction behave as pseudo first order, क्योंकि यहाँ पर रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन जो डिपेंड कर रहा है वो A पर और वो भी पावर 1 पर डिपेंड कर रहा है क्योंकि B लार्ज एक्सेस में है. तो इस तरह के रिएक्शंस को हम pseudo फर्स्ट ऑर्डर रिएक्शन बोलते हैं. बच्चों pseudo फर्स्ट ऑर्डर रिएक्शंस और जीरो ऑर्डर रिएक्शंस ये जनरली पूछे जाते हैं. थैंक यू वेरी मच.